Western Conference semifinals has come down to Game 6, and we have it for you here on EA Sports. We're at Toyota Center in downtown Houston. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. Along with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Lakers coming in. They lead the series 3-2. They'll have a closeout opportunity on the road here in Game 6. Jay, is it more of an advantage for a rookie who many veterans don't know, or does it work the other way? The rookie is the one who maybe doesn't have the advantage because he hasn't been through as many situations.
It's always an advantage for the veteran, a guy like CP3 who understands the nuances of the game. But where the rookie can excel, you can't be fixated on just that one aspect of your game. You pass the ball ahead. You get your team going in transition. You get some other players knocking down shots from the perimeter. And inevitably, when the defense backpedals, that's when you just have to make shots from the outside. And that's always going to be the big question for Lonzo Ball. Will he be able to knock down the wide-open three?
LeBron James. Capella's on him. Here's a chance from long range. LeBron James drills the three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Rockets have the ball. Harden to Covington. Screen coming. Harden defended by Cousins. Deep two there. Won't go. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Westbrook across the timeline. Down three. To Fareed. James Harden missed his first. That one goes.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. Cousins against Clint Capella. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Harden with it up top. Down just a couple. To Westbrook. Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook steps into it. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 2. That's what you want. The inner beast of Westbrook. Sheer determination.
I don't think anybody got the license plate on that hit and run. And there is no one, I repeat, no one in the game of basketball with the first step in the explosion of Russell Westbrook.
And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for 2.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. It's Russ at the controls. Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook in a matchup with Boogie. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. James into the front court. 2-point advantage. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let him know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Rajon Rondo, couple of free throws on the way. He wants this number up, 60% career free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. Oh, he missed on a pair. Westbrook into the front court. They trail by 2. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook. Shot clock winding down. Curling inside. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 3 for 4. Good start.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Cousins against the former MVP. Nothing going here on that drive. Kuzma to Cousins. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Westbrook with the basketball. The score 10-8. Gordon sizing up Cousins. Kenneth Faried powers it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Changes coming from both sides right now. Quinn Cook matched up with Rivers. They work it down to Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Here comes the screen. Gordon shot misses. Cook to bring it into the front court. It's 12-10. To Cousins. And the Rockets have the rebound. Rivers with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Austin Rivers. 24-second violation. One quarter in the books here in Game 6. Jay and I return in a moment. You're tuned into the Western Conference semifinals on EA Sports. One quarter down. Jay, is anyone going to miss? Defense was not good in that first quarter.
The pace of this game has been prolific. As a fan, I love to watch. As a coach, I would be pulling my hair out. These players are driving me crazy. I need to see some defense, please.
I don't want to ask this question, What hair?
Why would you ask it then if you don't want to ask?
Just going there.
Okay. Well, you went there.
DeMarcus Cousins. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. 6'11", 270. That's a massive man. You can make a case there's nobody like him.
There isn't anybody like him in the NBA. He is an absolute bully on the block. Can burrow his way through traffic, make it easy, and also possesses that sweet shooting touch from the outside.
Here comes the screen. Harden up against the 8-time All-Star. From long range, cleans it up, and a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
LeBron into the front court. It's 14-12. Cousins against Clint Capella. Kenneth Faried, huge block. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Kenneth Faried. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Cousins. To Davis. Stuffs it down with authority. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Harden down to Faried. The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
LeBron into the front court. Lead is 2. Cousins guarded by Clint Capella. To James. Cousins. To Davis. That is great vision to set it up. Kenneth Faried rejects it. Russ at the controls. Oh, Russell Westbrook looking good. 4 for 5.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To James. Here comes the screen. LeBron James. Capella's on him. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. Harden with the rebound. Westbrook with it. Looking to make something happen. To Harden. It's the free throw. James Harden fires for 2. Not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Danny Green to James. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Harden in possession. Leads 1. Anthony Davis snatching it out of the air. Time to shuffle things up. Harden. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Los Angeles has the basketball. James to Cousins. Rebounded by Capella. Westbrook into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first. Whoa, look what I found.
You know it's a bad block when somebody snatches the ball out of the air. Wow.
Cashes in for 2.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Westbrook across the timeline. His team up by 1. Harden. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Here comes the screen. To James. Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Harden in a matchup with Quinn Cook. Capella with a shot, no good. So, Game 6 now at the break. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Rockets have themselves a narrow lead. It's obvious how these guys score the majority of their points, and that's in the paint. They did a great job of scoring down low. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Lakers are within striking distance at the half, and they've been showing off some excellent shooting, and it's ultimately points that win games. So if they can keep this up, there's a great chance they can finish with a victory. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Assists.
That was an excellent first half of basketball. And I say that because of the way these teams move the ball. The offenses have been flowing, and the action has been mesmerizing. We've got ourselves a nice game here today.
Player of the half.
Kenneth Faried did a remarkable job of swatting shot after shot. Scorers have got to be thinking twice when he's within range.
Who was cold?
LeBron James laid enough bricks to earn a job in construction. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Here's Rondo with it. His guys now down by a point. To James.
Screen coming your way, screen coming your way.
5 seconds to shoot. To James. Fires the 3. Oh, LeBron James. Not much more the defense could have done. He hits the contested 3. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
It's Harden. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, bad pass as the Rockets come away with it. Westbrook to Harden. Here comes the screen. Westbrook, they work it to Capella, down low, and the reward, he's going to the line.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Misses the first. No good. Missed them both. Rondo with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Rises for the slam.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Capella to Harden. Here comes the screen. Russell Westbrook, defended by Cousins. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
LeBron James, 4 out of 7.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Harden to Fareed. Harden to Fareed. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
He connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Into the front court comes Rondo. Leads 5. Kenneth Faried sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And now Houston has the basketball. Capella to Harden. Probing the defense. Harden to Westbrook. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Westbrook, and that's rebounded by the Lakers. To Cousins. his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Westbrook to Harden for three, and the Lakers with the rebound. Cousins to James. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
It's James Harden once again. Has a look. Off the mark. Well contested.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To James. Lakers down to 4 in the shot clock. James, count the triple.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Rivers in a matchup with Quinn Cook. From the outside, no good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
To James. From the painted area, won't go down. Covington to Rivers. Covington to Fareed. And draws the foul.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kenneth Fareed has got 2 shots coming, shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First free throw is good.
That boy got jumper.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. It's James controlling the offense. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Straight on 3. At the buzzer. 3 quarters complete with the Lakers in command. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. The third quarter was a disaster. Remember, they led at halftime, and now they find themselves down big.
And when things get bad, they get bad in a hurry. But you have to remember, this is a game of runs. They had theirs, now it's time for yours.
And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Harden. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
Don't play scared now. Let's push the ball. Let's get this lead up.
To Howard. And throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Rockets in control of the basketball. To Covington. Russell Westbrook. Defended by Cousins. Here comes the screen. To Harden. Down to 5 on the 24. Harden. Oh, good offense beating good defense. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He's a scorer and an elite passer.
Clint Capella pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Harden into the front court. His guys down by 9. The drive right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. To James. And a chance coming up at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
LeBron James at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 73%. Oops, he missed the first one. Missed the second as well. Here's Harden with the rock. Trying to cash in. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. Rondo into the front court. The lead stands at 9. LeBron James sizing up Eric Gordon. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Harden guarded by Howard. Rajon Rondo with the block. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay. Clint Capella, couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. And hits the first free throw. Fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Lakers at the controls right now. To Howard. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Harden with the basketball. The deficit now up to 12. Capella to Westbrook. Nothing going here on that drive. Westbrook to Harden. Fires the 3, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc.
That's what great shooters do. They can miss all the shots in the world, but they're going to take that next one like they just made all the shots in the world.
LeBron with it up top. It's a 9-point lead. To Howard. Cousins. Terrific vision.
The two-round NBA Western Conference semifinals playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
Underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
Harden. Short jumper and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Lakers ball. Rondo guarded by Russell Westbrook. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Driving right to the basket. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Across the timeline comes James. Lead stands at 7. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Russell Westbrook matched up with Howard. Dwight Howard with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Westbrook to Harden. To Westbrook.
The Los Angeles Lakers led Series 3-2 over Houston Rockets in the two-round NBA Western Conference semifinals playoffs 2020.
You want to stop the clock.
And there's the foul. Going to play this one out, even though it seems all but over in a 9-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play.
Season
That's good
7.
clock management thus far.
Knocks down the first. Two for two on that trip. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench.
The Milwaukee Bucks sweep Orlando Magic 4-0 to move on to the Eastern Conference Finals playoffs 2020.
Harden to Covington. Oh, emphatic slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Danny Green. To James. Has a chance. LeBron, not that time. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer does indeed go down, but it only affects the final score. This ball game is over. The Lakers get the victory. They're going to continue on in these playoffs, heading to the Western Conference Finals. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers have advanced to the next level, but the goal remains the same: win an NBA championship. Little by little, these guys are doing it one by one. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Rockets were hoping for a different postseason future, but now it's about what-ifs of the past. The reality of the offseason is now upon them. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets.
Game tracking. Assists.
The Los Angeles Lakers showed off the kind of team chemistry that coaches love to see from their players. The more they moved the ball, it showed how much they trust each other. In the end, they got to win, and it looked like they had a great time doing it.
Player of the game.
The chosen one could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.
Game 6 Los Angeles Lakers 4-4 Houston Rockets 3-7 final.